Number 2, percent increase and decrease. So percents are commonly used to describe an increase or decrease of some quantity. We have seen examples like 20% off or 30% increase. For example, the quantity that is a 30% increase from 400, we can do this in two different ways. First, we can figure out how much increase that we are talking about. So the increase is a 30% of a 400, so that's 30% multiplied 400. This was what has been changed, increased from the original number. Then we add the change to the original number to get to the final. Or we can do it the other way. 30% increase, still the same change, but now we adding 30% to the original. Original is 1, which is 100%. Now the total percentage of what we have now is 130% of the original. So now the total, you can do it in one shot, which is 130% multiplied 400, which is 520. That's the final. You can see that the two different ways of thinking about this problem gets you the same answer. A 100% decrease in a positive quantity means that the quantity becomes 0 in the end. So unit of 1 representing something in total, right? So 1 is 100 divided by 100, which is 100%. If you lost 100%, which means basically you lost everything. Example, compute the following quantities. A 25% increase from 60. So what's the final answer for this one? We can do it in two different ways, right? 25% multiply 60. That's the change from the original number. So 25% is 0.25. 0.25 multiply 60 is 15. So we add that 15 to the original 60, that would get you the final answer. The second way of doing this is the increase in percentage is 25%. You have the original 100% that has not been changed, plus the 25%, that's the difference. Now the total is the original number by 125%. So 125% multiply the original number would get you the final answer. The two different ways should give you exactly the same. So 60% less than 95. We can do this again in two different ways as well. So the first method, you have 60% multiply 95. That's what's been decreased. Okay. Then you use the original number to minus this number. The second way of doing this is you start with 100%, which is the total that you started with, and you lost 60%. Now what you have is a 40% of the original number. So 40% multiply 95 would give you the final answer. Okay, the rest of the problem is pretty much similar. Number 2, describe the percentage increase or decrease given by the following changing quantities. So remember, we said we want a difference, and the difference either increase or decrease, then divided by the original number. Okay, an increase from 100 to 130. Okay, if we want to do in fraction form, the difference is final minus the number that you started with, and divided by the number you started with. Okay, this would be in percentage form. A change from 2/3 to 1/6. This is a decrease. Okay, we want to see, okay, this is a decrease from the original number to the new number. Then we divide this number by the original number. So we carry out the numerator first, and then we divide by 2/3. The rest is similar. Okay, let's look at the last one. A change from 271 to 0. Okay. Now this is a decrease, okay? So 271 minus 0, that's what's being decreased, and divided by the number that you started with. You've lost everything in the end, right? Let's figure out whether this one is 100%. So 271 divided by 271, that's 1. 1 is 100%. As we said earlier, if you lost everything, so that would be 100%.